Hey, my pleasure. I'm glad you find them helpful. What are you hoping to hear tonight from the Discord team? Did everybody get a chance to check out the new wallet video they've got? It's pretty good. I like it better than the one that they did yesterday. So they're the team in charge of Discord. So they're not necessarily on the actual team. They're on the Discord portion of the team. So they have constant communication with the team, but I would say they're more involved than the average investor. That's probably the best way to say it. I'm not sure if there are any people that are on the Discord that are actually on their team. But EverGrow Paul, I don't think he's actually on their team. He just kind of runs a lot of the Discord stuff. And I'm not sure about Crypto Rabbit if she's on the team. Sometimes she releases some tweets or some messages in Discord that make it seem like she's actually on the team. But I'm not sure if that was just because she copied and pasted what the team gave her. So it's not entirely clear who's actually on the team and who's just part of the Discord family. Chart was looking pretty good. We had a pretty crazy increase not that long ago. I haven't looked at it in the last hour or so, but it was looking pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good, somebody must have put some pretty good money in. I didn't go to look at the BSC scan to see how much they dropped, but it looks like a decent amount of money there. So maybe 500,000. Still got a long way to get to where we were, but every little bit helps. Eventually we'll get back up to all-time highs and beyond. But we're definitely on the right track though. That could be the response to the wallet, although it seems kind of early to have that kind of a response to the wallet. But the wallet definitely looks pretty good, I gotta admit. And if they can integrate Simplex for the buy EverGrow coin directly, that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. The big thing with the Discord team is they take this feedback directly back to the team. So if you've got questions or concerns, this is a good place to bring those questions and concerns up. If they've got the answer, because again, they're talking to the team on a regular basis, they'll try to answer it right then and there. Otherwise, they'll take it back to the team. Same thing with the creator redesign and the logo rebranding and all that kind of stuff. That was a lot of feedback from the community that prompted those changes. So the Sam and the team do listen to the community. So bring up those things. And is who running behind? And as far as the price difference, I did a video that went through the difference between Bitmart and PancakeSwap. And between the 2 days or the two videos I did on that, it was between 3% and 24%, I think, or 22, right around there. But a pretty significant swing in price between the two systems. So that's pretty common for initial launches. It might have stabilized a little bit closer to the 14% mark, but it I did one video on that. I haven't looked at it recently, especially with what's going on with Bitmart. It's probably not the best time to look at it. But I haven't looked at every single exchange. I generally try to stay off the exchanges, if for no other reason than to avoid what happened with Bitmart. I haven't heard of anybody running behind. I'm not sure if you're talking about for any of the launches or for the Discord tonight, but I haven't heard of anything anywhere that's running behind. Welcome to the Discord team AMA tonight. If you're just jumping in here, as a reminder, if you've got any questions or things you want me to bring up, let me know. Just type them in the box and then I'll try to ask those questions when I get a chance. I'm going to be right back. I actually had a package come in today, and I'm thinking it might have been the EverGrow coin sweatshirt. So give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. Nope, no sweatshirt, just Christmas gifts. I'm hoping that Creator brings in content across the board, um, everything. So everything that's on OnlyFans, a little bit of what's on YouTube. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with content. So I'm kind of hoping that it caters to every potential option for content out there. I mean, they're going to have a section for the stuff that's above 18. So we already know that's going to be in there. But if it has everything for YouTube and everything for OnlyFans and all the competitors out there, and it's a good system, I don't see why it wouldn't. The more the merrier, and the more that comes in, the more potential buyback and burn. So I just think they have to do a pretty good job of keeping things segregated. So the above 18 content, if you're if you're not keeping that stuff out of the main view, then you're going to turn off a lot of parents and people that don't want their kids going to it. So I just think they have to do a pretty good job of segregating the system in some way if they're going to have some of that more adult content in there. And I mean, I would argue YouTube doesn't do a very good job of it either, but at least they've got a YouTube Kids version that's out there, so they're at least attempting to break the platform up. But there's no reason they couldn't have a section dedicated strictly to kids and kid content, you know, learning and colors and numbers. And I could see content creators that do that kind of stuff on there as well. There really is no limit other than what they can imagine and how to set it up in such a way that it's useful to whoever goes in there. I mean, I could see them doing yoga, and there really is no limit to what they could do in there. Volume is always hard to predict. So, what I have been really impressed with Sam and the team is their ability to get the information out there and to bring in users for whether it's the holders. I mean, the number of holders we put on in such a short period of time speaks to the ability of the team to get the information to the people that are interested. And I have to believe they're going to do the exact same thing when it comes to the creator or the NFT marketplace. So I'd like to see the same level of growth that we saw with the token itself in those platforms. And I think they can pull it off. I don't know how they managed to get to the number of people that have bought into this project in such a short period of time. I mean, granted, there's a lot of media attention, there's all the news articles that are out there, but a lot of the different tokens are doing that, and they don't get the same kind of growth. So there's something a little bit different, and part of it is the team being doxxed, hearing Sam and the team talk about the project. You know, a lot of those things kind of brought in the holders. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to use that $1 million budget that they've got to bring in the volume. But with Sam and his background and his experience doing business stuff, I have no doubt that they're going to pull it off. So I don't know what a normal content creating platform brings in terms of volume. And I don't know if there's anything like it, at least not that I've seen, in tokens. So, I mean, I guess we could look at OnlyFans as kind of an idea. If we could bring in the same kind of volume that OnlyFans is. But that's just one platform. Then you got the NFT marketplace as well. And down the road, the game. So there's a lot of stuff. Not to mention the number of people that will see the EverGrow coin wallet, potentially. And as long as they make that have some good capabilities, that gets the name out there. I mean, there's a lot of bad reputation for Trust Wallet. Same thing with MetaMask. So if they can avoid those pitfalls and start off, and granted the communities generally go into these projects and dislike them and do that. You know, there's constant competition to do that kind of stuff. But SafeMoon had the exact same problem with their wallet. Everybody kept disliking it over and over again, or reporting things as being bots. I can't count how many times my positive review got deleted on SafeMoon. So we'll see the same thing when they launch the wallet for EverGrow. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so that sometimes it goes live on my phone a little faster than it does online. So let me pull it up here just to make sure that we catch the beginning. I actually did the math on where I thought we would be in a year. And it really depends on obviously the volume on the different projects. But we got to a little bit higher than almost at the 0.4. So, you know, the 0.403. I don't see why we can't drop a zero at the very least. And I'm very conservative on my estimates. So, but I can't see a reason why we wouldn't. But we got a lot of ground to make up from where we are now to where we were. Yeah, there's been significant purchases in the last hour. It's crazy. That's a pretty good jump. But let's go ahead and look at the overall market here. And we're seeing a little bit of a rebound, but it is starting to drop again. So we're still not getting bullish signs here. But I do like that. People are starting to come back. That's a good sign. Where do y'all think we'll be in a year? So December next year, where do you think we'll be? I don't think we're going to be quite sitting on a beach yet, but maybe retired. Yeah, that'd be nice, right? Retired on my couch. Yeah, that'd be nice if we could get to that number. That's a pretty significant jump. I'd have to I'd have to do the math and see where we'd have to be at for market cap to pull that off, but that'd be nice. It's definitely possible, especially with the amount of burning we're talking about. The buyback and burn, because just about every utility does buyback and burn. It's hard to do the math on how fast we could get there with the amount of volume. So it'll be interesting to see. We should be coming up on live here, so look and see if we got an update. So it looks like it's live.
Hello, everyone. Hope you all are well.
I'm trying to pull it up on my computer. It's still not showing there yet, so I'm gonna pull it through my phone until we get it there.
We okay?
Yes, we can.
Good deal.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Hey guys.
I'm extra happy because I just found out that I'm not going to be back at work until next Thursday.
Oh snap.
Yeah.
Vacation.
Yeah, kind of like, there were some guys that really wanted to take some extra time during Christmas, and I was like, I don't really have any, I don't have any kids or anything, so sign me up. I'll take this next, 8 days off or whatever.
That is fantastic, my friend. I'm happy to hear that.
For sure. All right, I was gonna do that. I pinned the wallet into the chat. For a second there, I was talking to myself. I was like, "Why does no one hear me?" Because I'm on mute. Apparently, I don't have a brain today. I think we're just waiting on Paul. Hey, John or Crypto Newbie, if you guys want to come up and join the speaker crowd, just request and I'll pull you up. If y'all see Paul in the crowd, let me know. Let me invite him. How about I do that? waiting on Paul, I can go ahead and start us off with an introduction. We are the Discord team primarily, except for Hey John and Crypto Newbie, for EverGrow coin, which is a coin on the Binance Smart Chain that supports tokenomics or rewards that are paid out in BUSD. We our main utility coming down the line will be a content creator platform as well as an NFT platform, NFT lending, play to earn games, that type of thing. So that is all what the coin is about, what is coming. And like I said, we are the Discord team, so we are not the dev team. But we like to come up here and, speak with you guys, talk about what's new, answer questions, those type of things. So we do this about once a week, once every other week. We try to do it as much as we can when there's news to talk about. Last week was a little slow, so I don't think we had one last week, but we are here this week. So Frizz, did you want to talk about some of the recent highlights from this week?
Well, yeah, actually, first of all, I just want to talk about the charts today. This is pretty exciting. Three big buys between 3:30 and 7:30 tonight. So there's obviously some confidence out there, and there's some people buying in huge. This is really good to see.
Yeah, some of those were rebuys too. People who had cashed out their entire wallet and bought back in.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. And you know what? There's been some projects that haven't been doing so well, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of those people that maybe jumped out to other projects are realizing, wait a second, I wasn't the best project, I'm coming back.
Yep. It's exciting when you see a bunch of really good buys come through.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess one of the things to start off would be is, we had a pretty good week this week in terms of we had a wallet announcement, and I hope most of the people out there had a chance to go to the Twitter and check out that announcement and take a look at some of the skins and some of the stuff that was actually put out for that. Another really cool thing we had was a pretty good article today out on Bazinga, which basically laid out the platform of what this coin is all about, the project, and a little bit more about the roadmap and what the team intends to do going forward. That was a great thing. And also we had some pretty cool things amongst the community this week. We had a new logo, which was pretty cool. And and so I want to give a shout out there to Tanks Trillions, who actually I don't want to say he won a contest here, but he put that out there and the team loved it, and now they've adopted that as the new logo, which is fantastic. Really cool Tanks Trillions, who actually I don't want to say he won a contest here, but he put that out there and the team loved it, and now they've adopted that as the new logo, which is fantastic. The other really cool thing would be is another community member stepped up and put that little advertising/marketing video together, and that's EverGrow. Yep. I want to give a shout out to him. That is phenomenal. And, keep up the great work, because that's the kind of thing we need. And we know that we've got so many talented people within our community that, you guys want to step up and add value wherever you can. It's more than welcome. So those are some of the things. Love it. Go ahead, Rabbit.
We love when people make, graphics or videos or those type of things that we can share and help spread the word. They definitely help in the Discord. They help on Twitter. They help on Facebook. They help everywhere. So if you have that kind of talent, definitely share those. We'd love to see them.
I'd also add that kind of stuff, trust me, the team sees that. That gets put forward to the team. They see that. And you know what? You never know where your next, photo, picture, graphic could end up. So, yeah, keep it up, guys. Fantastic work.
Lord Black or Marshall, do y'all want to talk about some of the developments with the dev team wallets? Lord Black, Marshall, you wait.
Yeah, I can. So we had the poll for the release of the dev team wallet to start receiving rewards, and There's been.
Hey, it's Crypto Newbie. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, give us just a sec. Are you Marshall was explaining the dev team wallets. Go ahead, Marshall.
Okay, so we had that wallet released, and everything in that wallet is going to go back to the buyback and burn. As of right now, I want to think this morning we had roughly 32 or 33,000 in that wallet, which is pretty impressive. I don't know when they plan on releasing it. We hadn't really discussed or had that discussion yet. But I think that they're obviously going to be waiting until we get a lot more in it before we actually utilize that.
Yeah, that was the tweet that came out from the team, is that they wanted to let it build up a little bit more. Another thing we saw is, after they broke out the dev team wallets into some smaller private wallets for them, two of those wallets actually took their BUSD and reinvested it into EverGrow. So there was two little nice buys there from the dev team wallets.
Yeah, and that really goes to show, confidence in the team, in the project itself.
For sure. And, it helps us because it gives us rewards. So,
right.
Crypto Newbie, did you have something to say? You came on and then you muted yourself.
Sorry about that. I was just going to say, I don't know that the space shared correctly because I wasn't able to access it on my desktop. I had to use it for my phone for the live stream. I actually had to share it to my page in order to pull it up. And there might be some other people that are having problems accessing from your desktop. I'm not sure if it was shared differently because I can get it on there from my phone. I just couldn't do it from my desktop. But I just wanted to let you know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know you definitely cannot talk from your desktop, but I will share it out one more time. I don't know why I shared it the same way I usually do, but I will share it out again just in case. That's weird. If anybody else has issues with that, let me know, and I will try it a different way. I don't know. Are you sharing? Okay. Lord Black, I saw you were unmuted for a sec. Did you have something you wanted to say?
I was just going to piggyback off of where Marshall left off. Yeah, right now there's 403 BNB in the buyback and burn wallet, I believe. Last time I looked, right around that. So let's go over there real quick and I'll take a look. Yeah, I think ultimately the community poll is a great idea. I know that there was some mixed feelings about it, and that's okay. But I think personally, in the bigger picture, it's going to benefit us all greatly. That's really all I wanted to share about it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was answering somebody. I think a lot of people right now forget that there's different stages of the life of a cryptocurrency. So typically you have like the hype phase, and then you go kind of into a little bit of a slump. And then that's kind of in between the hype and the utility. So we haven't hit the utility yet. We're really close. And, this is a time where people kind of get down a little. They're like, man, the price isn't, we're not going up anymore. We're kind of consolidating, win this, win that. But you have to realize that this is completely normal in the life cycle of a coin, that you go from hype to kind of a little bit of a waiting period to wait for the utilities to launch, and then from there you start to see a lot more growth. So we're going to open it up for questions in a little bit, but I just want you guys to know that this is completely normal. And not by any means saying that our price action is not great, because it is doing well and we're still receiving rewards, but to know that this is completely normal in the life cycle of a coin, that you go from hype to kind of consolidating to utility. So when the utility launches, which they did say we should have one utility launched by end of year, you will definitely start to see the growth that we're all expecting once the utilities are launched and moving and progressing. Frizz, did you want to say something?
Actually, no, I'm actually looking for something right now in the Discord, so I don't really have anything to comment about that. But thanks, Rabbit.
I've got something here. So just
Yeah.
kind of, I was just thinking about, I know I said that that's really all I had to say about that. I feel good about it. I did want to just kind of mention though, maybe there's folks that didn't know the full details. It's like when they first unlocked those unlocking those wallets for the dev salaries. I mean, within the first 48 hours, it burned a lot right off the bat. If anybody noticed that, and it was quite a bit that was burned from what I recall. Devs are not allowed to trade EGC. I mean, their salaries are entirely from the BUSD now, not from anything like marketing or anything like that. So just to kind of reiterate and put that out there, if I know they've talked about this before, but I thought it'd be a good opportunity to just verbally bring it up again.
Yeah, they are dependent on the utilities doing well for their own for their own paychecks. They aren't getting paid out of the marketing wallet like other coins. They're not being able to spend their private wallets. They have to generate income the same way that we do with our BUSD. So if the project isn't doing well and the utilities aren't generating, they're not getting paid.
Yeah, that's true. And them only getting a salary from BUSD rewards, just like we get BUSD rewards. I mean, it really does, align their goals with the communities. It really does. And they spoke about that before, but I believe that 100%, and with marketing being mentioned, I mean, currently, marketing has mainly gone to pay the fees for getting listed on the centralized exchanges, Also, they're allowing a big, as they worded it, war chest to build with that. And when, Creator is ready, they will do a Creator marketing campaign, that'll kick off once that's ready for launch or right before launch, they said. So things like that are things to remember and be aware of.
For sure. They have that marketing wallet with that is, as they call it, their war chest that they're waiting on for the utilities to launch before they actually use it. So, you see the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook promoting the coin, but the real marketing hasn't even really started yet. And they said that the marketing that they're going to do for the utilities will be substantially bigger than the marketing they did for the coin. So we should see that once the utilities get up and moving.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no point to waste marketing dollars just because the price might be lower than it was, at a certain time in the past. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, like Sam has said before. So they're going to market at the right time when the utilities are ready.
Well, and also you have to think about too, like what they were saying with the market. They had posted last week about the market being volatile and that, Bitcoin was down last week. They had a huge liquidation. That if there is a lot of fear and negativity in the market, any kind of good news gets absorbed and dismissed. You don't want to spend a big chunk of money to promote your coin when the market isn't doing well, because then that good news just gets drowned out by all the negativity. So they are waiting till the right time. And when the utility is launched and the market is good, I think we'll definitely see good things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a poor strategy to do it any other way. I mean, it's just not good strategically. It would not make any sense. It would just waste that money, everyone. So, Sam knows what he's talking about. When he's brought that up, he's 100% right. And I'm no marketing genius, and it makes sense to me. So,
Yeah, and I one thing I did do is I pinned to the top the new wallet that they released this week that is coming in quarter 2 of 2022. It's got several different skins that you can pick. And it looks like they're going to, have a couple of things implemented in the wallet for EverGrow. So definitely check out that little video I have pinned to the top for what's coming with the wallet. And I'm sure we'll get more information on that as we get closer. But it looks pretty neat. There's some skins in there that are really pretty. I like, so I'm excited to get my hands on it.
Yeah, so the ad that was pinned to the Discord this morning actually covers some of the utilities that will or functions rather in the wallet itself.
Yeah,
I've got that ad somewhere.
I pinned the one that was pinned to the top of the Twitter, so I don't know if that's the same one you're talking about.
No,
Do
I'm
we?
saying the actual news article.
Oh, the news article,
Yeah.
the one
So
from Bazinga.
yes.
Let me see if I can't find it.
Yeah, it kind of went into some form of detail, and sometimes you have to be careful with these things, but obviously, being that it's going to be our wallet, it's going to offer the tokenomics integration, the direct payment, numerous features, also in that wallet itself. But the main thing is everybody was asking, why is this wallet? I've seen several questions rather. Why is this wallet imperative or important to us? And to be honest, I mean, you think about the concept of basically going from buying off of Trust Wallet or MetaMask and having to go through the pancake swap headache versus downloading a wallet and simply buying straight from that wallet.
For sure.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to make it so much easier.
Definitely for people okay we figure out how to use pancake swap and all that, but some people just don't want to deal with that. They want to click a button and buy the crypto.
Well, we're kind of losing you, Rabbit.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're losing you.
Let's see.
Yeah, a direct swap button at the least, if not eventually a full buy button in the wallet is going to be killer. Everybody benefits from that. And, any wallet that has a swap feature is great right off the bat, and then eventually a full buy button through Simplex.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. You kind of cut off at the end
Sorry.
there.
We've been having router.
Something about router issues, but it sounds like they're ongoing.
I did want to piggyback off of what Frizz said today about the 240K buy. Does anyone else feel bullish after seeing that kind of a buy? I know I do. And I heard that I guess it's some kind of safe moon individual who's leaving there to come here. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's kind of cool, right? To see someone else shipping shit from a different crypto. Oh.
Yeah.
Rabbit, you're still breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, John, to your comment. Yeah, definitely. I think everybody in Discord was just like super erupting in positivity at that moment.
Yeah.
Lots. If you may have been in there, if you weren't, or anybody that wasn't, it was really cool. Kind of,
yeah,
good feeling for sure. Yeah, I also heard the same that it may have been someone from another project that cashed out and bought all in on EGC.
Yeah, that's pretty rad though, because I heard Safe Moon having some issues too, I guess. So I guess maybe I think they have like 2.5 million people over there. So I think we may see some more folks well over here now. So it could be a good thing for us.
Well, we support everybody, of course, and everybody knows that about EGC. We'll never down talk any other project.
No.
And we support everyone. If they want to come over and they're a sole member of EGC at that point, they're welcome. If they hold multiple coins, many of us do. They're welcome, So either way.
Yeah, absolutely. I just felt super bullish. I just want to share real quick. I'm sure most people did too. You see a nice green candlestick after like a week or two of nothing but bad news, It's like, okay, it's kind of nice to see,
Yeah, it was killer. It's like
Yeah.
we're all watching the chart, hoping to get to that 7 mark, and we were going to start throwing out our essential gift we throw out whenever we get excited.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But thank you.
Speaking of charts, I don't know if anybody realized, but CoinMarketCap has finally fixed our chart.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jacob said so, right? In the tweet, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to CoinMarketCap right now and look at the chart, and it finally looks like it's supposed to.
Yeah, instead of a pump and dump, right?
Now, have they actually gone ahead and fixed our ranking in CoinMarketCap, or are we stuck way back at the back where we don't want to be?
Oh, they fixed it too. Okay, all right. I know
No,
that one.
I'm just asking. I'm asking, have they actually
Oh,
gotten ahead and actually fixed the ranking number as well too? Because it was a twofold issue, right? Number one was
yes.
market valuation, but the second thing was also our ranking, which they.
Hey guys, I think there's actually problems with Twitter tonight, but I am bringing everybody back up.
Uh-oh. And we're back.
Yeah, I think there's problems with Twitter Spaces because it just like straight up died.
Yeah, so
It's like, what the heck? Let me bring everybody back up real quick.
I'll say this to what Frizz and John were saying. So on Coin Market Cap, it does say we're still ranked 3027. So maybe that part of it's not fixed yet. But everything else is, so that's
Yeah.
good.
I think they actually still have a few, exclamation marks on a lot of the details that they're still kind of working through on the back end.
Yeah, see down at the bottom, they've got some, you're right, some of the warning symbols. Well,
Yeah.
that's good though. I mean, one at a time, get them done.
I'm just glad they got the massive pump gone.
Yeah, that's the important. The first thing I think that's most important.
Well, I know we're not the only one who's been affected, so.
Yeah, I think we're still missing Mucky.
Yeah, and there's Frizz.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say that the all-time high is still 1006.40. Which obviously none of us would be here if that was true, but that's still showing up on
Right.
CoinMarketCap.
Okay. Yeah, I've had so many people this week reach out to me and been like, well, how come y'all went from $800 to like all these zeros? I'm like, no. Let me tell you, it was a glitch. If we hit that, we would all be like Jeff Bezos. All right. I'm gonna bring up some other people to ask questions. Lord Black, I made you a co-host in case my internet craps out on me again.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Arsenal, I'm gonna bring you up for question or thoughts, whichever. Make sure you take yourself off mute. Arsenal, did you have a question or a thought? Make sure you take yourself off mute.
If you're on a mobile device, you can unmute. If you're on a computer with Twitter, you cannot speak.
All right. Let's see. We got another one. We ain't leaving. I'm bringing you up right now. Oh, there's Mucky. We ain't leaving. If you have a question or a thought, go ahead and unmute yourself.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing about the all-time high, and I think all of social media was experiencing some problems with Amazon Web Services. I know Coinbase. That's one of their messages that they had earlier today when I was trying to buy some stuff on there. So
Yeah, it seems like there's like problems across the board with like Binance, Trust Wallet, CMC. So we'll work out all the bugs. They'll get there, but it is, it is discouraging. Let me see. Right. If y'all have questions or thoughts, go ahead and raise your hands. I'll start pulling you guys up. Shake
Looks
and
like
bake.
yeah, shake and bake.
Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. Shake and bake, I'm bringing you up when you get, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Hey.
So, hey guys, but to everybody's thing, I think I saw something with Jacob mentioning earlier that he's already addressing the price point for the 1,006 or whatever it is. So I think that part's already being worked on still from Jacob, which is nice. The other thing too is really cool about the wallet. I don't know if you can provide this feedback, but most of us live in the United States. Well, not most of us, but I know, a handful of us do. And one of the big challenges that I have personally, so I use Binance, and I was for a while, but then they just started holding my funds like crazy. And so I was talking to one of the other guys that has EverGrow, and one of the things that he recommended was using Coinbase to go into Bitmart to purchase BTC to swap it for BNB, which actually was working a lot better. However, we had the whole hack thing this week, and I wasn't able to take advantage of the dip because my money's frozen because of the whole Bitmart thing. So I guess my whole point to that is, once we do get a buy button, it would be terrific if we get a buy button for U.S. consumers to where we can actually use our bank cards instead of these other things. Because, like, I still can't even use MoonPay or these, like I have a Safe Moon wallet, and I can't even use the tools that they provide for the buy button. I still have to do all the transferring around, and I got to pay all these gas fees. It's such a nuisance. So I don't know if there's, some feedback that, could be provided to Sam and them to see if we could somehow get that part to just make it so much easier for us to buy.
Yeah, we definitely have a line to the team. So we can definitely pass that along. I totally get where you're coming from because I am actually in Texas and it is very, very hard to buy crypto in Texas. We don't even have Binance. So for me, it's like Cash App to Bitmart and then Bitmart to Trust Wallet. And, it's a whole thing. So I totally get it.
Such a pain.
Hey, so here's something that I do with my friends because we're like on a group meet chat with about 40 people that are invested, some pretty big, some top 50 folks in EGC. So what we do is a lot of them are in Washington, California, and I'm also in Texas. So it is hard to get BNB. So what we do is to try to bypass all those fees that you get from buying Coinbase to transferring it to ETH or BTC. We'll just have somebody transfer us like BUSD because you can also use BUSD to buy EGC, and then you save those fees. So
So
if
you
you
got
have
to
a
make
close group of
friends in
friends
crypto.
exactly. So if you have a close group of friends that because somebody and they always mention, hey, I have so much BUSD if anybody needs it. So it works for all of us because we do save those fees.
Yeah,
I
they
wanted to
can't
say
make it easy.
also.
Go ahead. Hey, John.
Oh, I was gonna say also to Shake and Bake. Sometimes even with Simplex or MoonPay, your bank may not allow you to buy it.
Yep.
Say for example, J.P. Morgan Chase, or Bank of America, etc. So what you gotta do is actually go to the bank itself and say, "Hey, man, I want an account where it's free to do whatever I want, pretty much." And they sometimes let you do that as well. If not, then look for a bank that will let you do that, and you can buy on Simplex or MoonPay without issues. So
Yeah,
sometimes it's not
sometimes you can
so
have
much.
them like whitelist your card so you can make those transactions.
Yeah.
I've actually,
So what kind of suggestions do you have? Because I actually have Chase, and I've called them multiple times, and I've had that discussion with them, but they keep saying it's not on their end, which I know they're full of it. But
No,
Yeah.
even with
definitely on their
like
end.
Binance, like every time, like I mean, for probably like the last 2 months, I probably spent like thousands, but I keep getting cut off from my own bank, and it's frustrating. But I mean, what institutions are out there that you know of that do work? Because I don't have a problem opening up another account somewhere just for efficiency and just ease of process.
Hey,
Even
for Coinbase, I use Capital One Bank, and that it works perfectly with
good to know.
Coinbase. Like, there's no problems. They even give you like a 35K limit that you can purchase. I mean, you have to have the money in your account, right? But yeah, there's absolutely no problems with
That's really
Capital One.
good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Also,
I've been looking myself. So
I go through crypto.com, the app crypto.com, buy my BNB and switch it over to my wallet, and it's simple. So that's another option.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a Capital One 360 online account, online banking.
yeah, because I have crypto.com, but my card won't let me upload to it, so I have to go through Apple Pay, and it takes a day. So I don't. If I want it fast, I have to go through Cash App to Bitmart or Qcoin or whatever. But yeah, I the I would definitely ask around for banks that are crypto friendly. I myself am still searching, but a lot of times it is the bank's fraud services that block those cards. So you have some of them will let you whitelist your card, some of them won't.
Yeah, so I think that's why that utility with the NFT, what is it, the loaning service? I think that utility is
yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so for people who don't know how that's going to work, from what I understand is it will be sort of like if you have an NFT, you can put it up, it'll be almost auctioned, and whatever the highest bid is, they'll give you a percentage of that as a loan to use. So you're basically putting your NFTs, your overpriced JPEGs, quote unquote, to work for you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Essentially, just any lending or borrowing platform like that, it just allows you as the user, to obtain a loan by putting your asset, the NFT, as collateral, or you can lease the asset, lend it, to other users of the platform. So pretty cool.
It is very cool. I'm going to bring
Yeah. So
go ahead.
Before we go too far, I was going to address Shake and Bake on his issue. I've run into this several times with a lot of people in the Discord, and you're saying that that basically your bank is telling you that you can't make the purchase and they don't know why, or whatever the reason is. But if you have the chance to talk to the actual fraud department, because it's happened to me several times, I can make 100 purchases, and 1 out of 50 I'll end up getting a pending transaction that never goes through, and then it says declined. But if you actually contact the fraud department itself, they're going to ask you a line of questions, and basically they're going to confirm that you've tried to make these, that it was actually you trying to make these transactions possible. And most of the time after that, they actually let those go through.
Yep. I actually worked in card fraud for about 6 years. So that is true. Usually they can put almost whitelist your card. The only thing with that is sometimes you open yourself up to other fraud on your card by doing so, but there is that option from some banks.
Yeah, well, I guess my account holder, the fraud department doesn't necessarily whitelist my card. What they've done in the past is they simply want to know if it was actually me trying to make these transactions. And you kind of go through the past 5 transactions. You said yes, and so they unlock your card. Now, the banks don't have the full control of the card. They'll see that it's locked, I guess, because these fraud departments will show a lock on the card,
Yep.
and your bank will refer you to them. Now, the bank can restrict purchases as well, but the fraud department is simply for your security. If you're having a lot of trouble, though, I honestly, I just go straight through, which, I mean, obviously you're going to pay a little bit of a fee, but using Trust Wallet, Simplex, buy your BNB, buy your EverGrow, and then you can, accumulate your BUSD there, if that was something that you were interested in doing.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. Yeah, the biggest issue that I was running into is when I was making deposits into Binance initially when I was doing a lot of purchases for EGC in the very beginning. I was exceeding like $1,000 a day or something like that. And they're red flagging it. So they did get that fixed. But the problem that I'm running into now is, that I've always ran into is I can't like Chase just won't let me actually purchase MoonPay or I forgot the other one, but those two I actually can't. Yeah, I can't actually purchase. It says that my institution won't even allow me. I do have a Capital One 360 account, so I might take you up on that suggestion for that. Whoever recommended that, and see if that works because I got my credit card through there and also a savings. Yeah, so I'll try to give that one a shot to see if I can get that and see if those will work directly with the MoonPay and Simplex.
Another good option is if you go to your local bank, like not a big chain like JP Morgan or Chase or anything, just like a small one, like a local one.
Credit union.
Yeah, exactly. Or make a small account there right here, right? Well, it's your account, only put maybe like a grand or two in there, and even if it gets fraudulent activity, well, you know what, you only out maybe a grand or two, right? Opposed to your whole account, you know what I mean? So you can kind of go that route too. So just
that's a great idea because I'm in Colorado, so we have like a First Bank that's just local. So I'll actually do that. Thanks for that. Thanks for the tips on that.
Yeah. Just ask them. They're usually very willing to help you because they want more clients. So
For sure.
Good topic, guys. Let's bring up some other folks with some questions. Like Zybeck, I know you were up, and then we'll get to King J. But awesome combos. Thanks for the information, everybody.
Yeah, give me just a sec. I'm going to get these guys up.
Hey, it's Crypto Newbie.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
Hey, so I had somebody in the live stream here that asked a good question, and it makes sense. So the website, I know they're working on a redesigned website. Hopefully that'll launch out here pretty soon. But one of the questions was, can we put some of the YouTuber videos, or maybe not the YouTuber videos, but links to their channels? It's like Crypto Dreams or Hey John or mine or any of the other great YouTubers that are doing stuff. Put links to their content on there so that when they go to the website to research EverGrow Coin, they're directed to the good content and just don't go to YouTube and find the fudsters, because theirs are generally a little higher right now just because of all the bot attacks and stuff like that. So it would actually direct them to the good content before they get to the bad content.
We can definitely pass that feedback along to the team. All we can do is ask, for sure.
Yep, definitely.
Yep. All right. Zbeck, is that how you say it? If you want to unmute yourself.
Hey guys. I'm actually a Reddit moderator, RB1290.
Oh, hey, how are you?
I'm alright. How you guys doing?
Great. Welcome.
Yeah. So, do you guys remember the smart contract that SafeMoon Mark had deployed a while ago, where if you send it BNB, it sends you back SafeMoon without the need to go to PancakeSwap and all that? So I deployed one for EGC. Would people be interested in that? Because so all the
it would be something that I'm not sure if it's something that we would have to bring to the team to see if they would want us sharing that or not. Just because it's one of those things where it could have, not saying that it does have fraud or anything attached to it, but there are risks in those types of things. So it's something that if you wanted to send me that information, I could send it to them, but I'm not sure if it's something that they will promote. If people are comfortable using it, then that's up to them and their risk tolerance.
Okay. Yeah, because then it kind of takes away from everything that it takes away going through all the PancakeSwap stuff. You just send it BNB and it sends you back EGC.
Yeah.
And I had another, like on Reddit, I'm getting a lot of people saying that if they could please list the functionalities that the wallet will have, like a proper list of of things that the wallet is going to provide, and what is the perk of having the wallet in our ecosystem. If the team could make a tweet or an announcement or something like that, that would be helpful.
For sure. I'm sure we're going to get more information on the wallet as we get closer.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to release more details. They even said the other day that the details they have released thus far are only the details they're going to release thus far, but they will release more details in 2022. So when you look at the Twitter post for this, the first couple they made in the video, it does show you everything they're willing to discuss right now. That would just be something I'd recommend, Zebek, to reiterate to your Reddit users in the community there. That way you can redirect them to that and just explain that there's going to be more details coming in the future. Absolutely. As far as the purpose of it being an ecosystem, well, same thing. They touch on some of that stuff in the videos and in the Twitter post when they released, on Monday, the surprise wallet announcement for Q2. So I would, send them back there to watch the video and just keep them informed until we get more details.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, part of
Yeah,
it is
thanks for
just,
coming up.
part of it's just, having a little patience. We're not going to get all the answers right now. They're going to unroll it as they feel comfortable sharing, as things progress. So.
Oh, I'll say this about the wallet too, guys, and this is for everybody. Just remember that it's not the primary focus right now. It's,
For
it was
sure.
it was a nice FYI teaser for what's to come. Don't, don't be mistaken. The primary focus right now is still the utilities that are being developed and that have been talked about. So, I don't want anybody to have questions. I know I've had some personal questions about that. Like, why are they adding more stuff onto their plate? Things like that. No, they're giving you a little teaser of what's down the pipeline. Right now, the primary focus is Crater, NFT platform, play to earn games. So,
For sure. King J, did you have a question or a thought? If you want to take
Hey
yourself off
guys.
mute. Hey.
Hey, no, I was trying to piggyback off the financial institutions. I'm actually in Houston, Texas, as well, and my question is: have anyone tried Wells Fargo?
No. Sorry, I only laugh because there's a podcast where they always joke about Wells Fargo. I have not
Well,
tried Wells Fargo.
well, the reason why I'm putting it in there because I have Wells Fargo, and I have actually had no problem with them as far as buying crypto on Simplex. They send me a message and say, "Hey, is this you just trying to purchase from this company?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then all of a sudden, no problem at all. Because
Good.
I have Credit One 360, I have First Service Credit Union, all even I was with Chase, and then excuse me, I was with Chase, and then all of a sudden they kept denying me. Even if I called the fraud department, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to another bank, and I went with Wells Fargo, and I've been having a problem ever since.
Good to know. Definitely something for, our listeners to look into. The two suggestions were Capital One 360 and Wells Fargo. So if you're shopping for a bank, maybe check them out. And you're my
Especially
neighbor
for
because I'm near
crypto.
Houston too. So
Right. I'm sorry. I'm from Houston, that far downtown area. So, but
yeah,
like I said, I tried. For Wells Fargo, I didn't have a problem, especially with crypto. I guess they crypto friendly if you want to, if you ask me.
yeah. All right.
I
But
would
Let
all
me.
right, guys. Thank you.
Good.
I would also recommend TD Bank because they might block your transaction to buy crypto from Simplex or MoonPay or BNB specifically, but if you give them a call to authorize a transaction, it takes less than 2 minutes
Sweet.
for it to go
Thank
through.
you. Thank you guys so much. Anybody else have any questions or thoughts? If you want to raise your hands, I'll pull you up. I'm going to bump you guys down so we can make room for more speakers. Oh, looks like Shake and Bake's back. Hang on. Hey, Shake and Bake.
Hey, just a comment, and then I'll let everybody else. But I think Lord Black hinted on it, but I do really appreciate, the fact that they don't fall to the pressure of releasing everything just because people don't have the patience to just let things naturally evolve over time for the projects that they're working on. I think that's only better for us, and so I love the fact that they don't just like throw stuff out. This is the coin. This is the coin that I'm most invested in because I believe in the project and where it's going. And it's nice to see that they do push back on items like that. So I just wanted to just put my 2 cents on that.
Yeah, agreed. Thanks for saying it. Thanks for saying it out loud. I agree with you 100%. Rome was not built in a day, everybody. As cliche as the phrase is, it's true as true can get.
Well, and that's like we had two of our members going at it in our serious chat today. Not going at it in a bad way. They were having a very serious conversation, very very polite. But I mean, it literally went on all day, both of them arguing their points. But one of the points made was, would you rather them be sitting here on Twitter answering every single question, or would you rather getting stuff? So, we need to give time and work, because we want the utility if answering every single question that comes up. They do their best, and that's why they have Telegram and Discord and Twitter and Facebook. They try to get out as much as they can, but we do have to give them a little bit of space. All right, does anybody else have any questions or thoughts before I if you do put your, I'll pull you up. I think.
Yeah, looks like we ain't leaving. We ain't leaving's got a question.
Yeah, there's an AMA on Sunday, right?
Oh,
yes, there definitely is.
Perfect.
All right, second connecting.
Corey Hanks, come on down.
And guys, I'm sorry, Paul was supposed to be here tonight, but I think he had something else come up, so that's why he's not here. But you'll have us entertain you. Whatever.
Hey guys.
Is having issues, that's why it's taking so long to connect.
I think you're lagging. I think you're delayed, Rabbit. Corey Hanks?
Yeah.
You're still there?
I had a quick question about the Bitmark. Obviously, Bitmark hack with SafeMoon, and obviously that was one of our big exchanges that we just came on with. I'm just curious as to how do you guys think that really affected us? Because, I mean, I know it didn't, we weren't part of the hack, but EverGrow is integrated into Bitmark now, and it might send some uneasiness for people to want to use Bitmark, which I know that was going to be one of the huge, one of our huge acquisitions recently with, having the volume coming off of Bitmark. And do you think that's really going to affect us majorly?
Yeah, reasonable question. Definitely something I think a lot of people have thought about. Like, what if, the hypotheticals? It's hard to say, I mean, I think there could be people that have similar opinions on this and people that have varying opinions on it. Me personally, we weren't affected. We know that. So I'm kind of basing my opinion off that and then what I'm seeing in the community so far. I don't see a lot of uneasiness about it. But then again, there could be other folks that have got a little different perception on it, maybe have a different opinion. I'm glad that EGC wasn't affected. I feel terrible for those that were, of course. I hope that gets rectified. I mean, what's everybody else's thoughts? Frizz, Mucky, Marshall, what do y'all think?
Didn't Sam call out Bitrise for their FUD article on Yahoo saying that EverGrow was affected?
Yeah, I mean, I hope he did, because that was a completely fraudulent article. Like, Everrise has been putting out hit pieces on us and other tokens that are similar to us or that might have the same hype that we do. Don't fall bait for it. I mean, it's been very frustrating to see these things get posted and people are like, oh, look what Yahoo Finance put out or whoever it is. And I just have to tell people, like, that's them putting out the articles. They're just paying for it. It's a press release, and it's just a hit on us and SafeMoon and whoever else. I mean, there were like 30 other tokens that were affected. But
yeah, that's it. And Sam did the right thing by calling them out on it.
Yeah, Everrise they've been a thorn in our sides. I mean, for weeks now. And I hope that Sam is directly, I mean, I don't know if he can put out a cease and desist. I can't really speak for the guy or tell me, put out anything. I just hope that it's not going unnoticed.
Yeah, one of the things, if I could just chime in here for a second, one of the things I know that I did, I went to both sites that actually published those articles. Of course, Yahoo Finance was one, and the other one I can't think of right now. But anyway, having said that, I basically wrote an email to the editors to say, shame on you for actually publishing something without doing your research. There's obviously fraudulent information. There's lies, and you guys shouldn't just be posting stuff without actually, doing your homework, because you're going to lose readership. So that's one of the things that I did. And I would suggest everybody do that, because if you're supporting a project and somebody is out there blatantly lying about that project to try and destroy the project, or to try and garner their own interests, then I really believe we need to call that out. And the team only has so many hours in a day to do what they're doing. I would rather have them working on the projects, on the utilities, instead of chasing FUD. But we as a team, ourselves as a community, we have the right and the responsibility to stand up and actually fight for our team and fight for our project. So I would say, guys, have at her. Next time articles come out, put pen to paper, send an email, and call these people out.
I actually seen a deal earlier in the Discord. One of our members had done. I did the same thing myself, Frizz, but one of our members in the Discord actually wrote an email, and they ended up sending him one back saying that those articles were being removed. So with what Sam's done, and I think as a group, a collective group, the community, they're actually moving forward and I think pulling those articles down.
Yeah, that's right. We did see that someone on the Discord side had submitted that, and they replied back to him. Good call. I
Yeah.
think this is a great side topic, actually, because it just kind of reinforces, like Frizz was saying, to everyone, if you see something out there that is not truthful about EGC, submit feedback about it. I mean, be professional, of course. We want to maintain, a good reputation. Be professional, be respectful, but definitely stand up, submit feedback, because it works. And what's the worst thing that could happen? You don't get a response, right? So Rabbit's
Yeah,
having
and you
some
know what?
network issues, guys, so she'll be back. Go ahead.
And you know what? Just to add to what Lord Black's saying, there is something that we can do as well as a community, and we haven't really been doing it that much lately, but we were doing it quite a bit at the very beginning, and that is I want to talk about the daily clicks. So one of our mods, one of our mods, Valis, actually put together an entire page over on the daily clicks inside of our Discord server. And all of those links are links that we can go to actually vote on EverGrow, to actually put EverGrow to the top of the list. So I would just encourage community members to don't forget about that, because that was something that we used at the very beginning to actually get our name out there. And people go to these different sites. There's Coin Mooner and Watch Your Guru and Crypto Planet. There's like 15 of them. So I would just encourage anybody who's listening to take the time. It only takes a few minutes to go to these different sites and actually vote for EverGrow, because that'll put us at the top of the list again. And that's where eyes will start watching, and we're going to get the traction that we had before.
Absolutely. That is such a great point, because, I'm guilty of not doing it myself at times. You just kind of get lost in the mundane day to day and the helping and the doing and the going. So great point. Guys, those daily clicks, they're super important. They're not pointless things to do. Like Frizz was talking about, they really promote the brand and put it out there. And you don't have to do them all, but, click on the link we have, because it has all of them, and click a few. If a couple hundred people did a few of those a day, that can be up to a couple thousand, can really increase our presence out there. But it looks like Knights, you had your hand up. You want to come back? Don't leave. Knights of the EverGrow.
Hey, was there a wrap on a racing truck that I saw on Twitter, I think, on social media? Did anybody else see that?
Paul
Yeah,
shared it.
actually, there was a racer. I can't think of his name right now, but he actually had his truck all wrapped up in EverGrow paint with signs on the hood, the EverGrow logo on the hood, and then signs down the side. Does anybody else know who this fella is? Because that was a great piece of advertising.
Looks like Paul just joined. He may know who this was. Did you see that, Paul?
I just missed the question. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. My phone started to update, and I fell asleep, and it updated, and it took off my alarm. It took off everything, and I just woke up and nothing's going on.
No worries. They were talking about they saw a racing car with an UGC wrap.
Yeah, I was surprised about that, but I saw someone ask that question to me in Discord, like I think a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago when the merch stuff started going out, and we were like, yeah, go for it, and then yeah, that picture disappeared. So I didn't no. And someone asked me if I had something to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. I was as surprised as you were.
I just found the tweet. It's Penniless Drifter.
Yeah, that was the name.
Yeah, it's the iRacing ISSL truck.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for bringing that up. We'll check that out. We're going to try to keep this close to an hour, but hey, if there's questions, there's comments, all about addressing them. It looks like we got a couple of hands raised here. I know Knights and then investing with Paco. So, Knights, you are up, my friend. What you got? You are connecting. Give him a second. Oh, there he is. Knights. Might be having some connectivity issues to see his mic getting muted and unmuted. No worries. Give him a second here, and we can always come back to you.
Make sure you're not on your computer.
This is Knights is the guy who did the video that I put out.
Yep. Killer video.
So good. That video reached really far too. It got so many impressions, so many retweets. It was very, very popular. It got to a lot of people that wouldn't have normally seen EverGrow. It was that good.
Yeah. Investing with Paco. We'll go ahead with you, my man. And Knights, if you're on an iPad or a computer, well, it depends. If you're on a computer, you definitely can't talk. It has to be a mobile device. Investing with Paco. What you got, my friend?
Hey guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I was relating to that racing truck. It seems like it was like on a video game, right? But I also saw in the past that there was a NASCAR driver that did a vinyl wrap out of Dogecoin. So I feel like it would be kind of cool if one of those drivers from NASCAR did it for EverGrow. Like that would be pretty good promotion for EverGrow.
Yeah, you're not lying. It would be great promotion.
Yeah.
Who knows? You never know. Maybe one day that'll happen. You know.
Yeah, that'd be kind
I
of cool.
think I saw the same. I've seen it with a few coins myself, so maybe one day.
So was I tricked? Was that actually a video game?
Yeah, it's a video game.
Okay.
Nice.
I didn't look at it that closely.
All right, let's see what else we got here. It looks like Knights, you're back with the request. Let's see if we can get you up here.
Lord Black, are you doing my job usually for the AMAs? I like it. I like it.
You're sleeping, my man.
Yo, what's up, guys?
I'm so sorry. I've been dealing with so much stuff with my dog and everything like that, and I can't believe my phone redid. You should see my phone was like, updating, and I woke up and it was actually still updating. Weird. So I'm sorry, guys. Apologize.
You're good. We're all thinking positive for your pup, by the way, my man. So
he's doing awesome. He's just spending another couple more nights with the surgeon because he has some swelling. So
good.
He's doing good though.
Great. Knights, you're up. Give it a shot.
Yeah, Knights on the bottom left hand. You just got to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I got it.
There you go.
It was messing up or not because the connection was losing, and then it was reconnecting, and then I had to close it out. I guess Rabbit was right about Twitter must be messing up in some sort of way. But welcome, Paul. It's good to have you, brother. I came in on the butt end of the, I think you had mentioned the video. I'm really surprised to see how well that did. Had that out, and hopefully it reaches people, investors, and everything. I appreciate you helping me out with the wording and getting all that together. Something that I wanted to just tap in on, like Frizz was saying, as us investors, the team has a lot to, focus on utilities and stuff like that. But we're just as responsible as they are to make sure that this project and everything goes, smoothly. I think we are, um, we had to keep ourselves and check as far as if we do see stuff that's not true about the project or the FUD. Just because we invest our money, you invest whatever amount of money, it's an investment. It's money. It's to you. So if you invest that money, then just because you invested, it doesn't stop there. Investing continues. You gotta spread it. Via word of mouth, talking to your neighbor, just bringing it up social media. And with that being said, like Paul, had followed up with me the other day, spreading that word of mouth, but also telling them, hey, do your own research. Don't just jump in because I told you so. Make sure that they do their own research, understand what the project is, because you can tell them, hey, this thing's going to the moon. Cool. They jump in on it. Oh, this ain't doing nothing. But if they understand what the project is about, they do the research. Then like, okay, I'm in. It's not doing nothing now, but I know what the project's about, and I'm in for that. So I just wanted to say, bounce off what Frizz said about, doing the due diligence of fighting the FUD, making sure you do your part. If you see it, put the pen to paper, send the emails. That's you investing, continuing your investment. But same thing as far as promoting and stuff like that goes too. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, great share. Really appreciate you coming up and sharing that. So many great points, to just think about for everybody. I'm just thinking about it myself as you were saying. I'm like, yeah, that's something even those of us that are tenured in it need to sometimes remind ourselves or be reminded of. So thanks again for sharing. We're going to go ahead and call it since it's been a little
Was
over an
anyone
hour.
there? Is my stuff messed up or
Yeah, buddy, your network.
Twitter acting weird?
Yeah, no worries. Are there any last minute questions or comments? If not, we'll go ahead and cut it here. But if there are, this is the chance. One last one. Be happy to have you. Oh, we got one. Oh, Mr. RR. There we go. We're going to end with this guy because he rocks. Here we go. You all rock. Mr. RR, welcome. Might have lost him.
Not so easy, is it, huh?
Oh, he rocked on out of here as soon as I said accept.
Not so easy.
Unless I just accidentally hung up on him, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. We'll give him a second, see if he pops back in. I know there's some network issues all around tonight. Give him just a minute. There he is. He's back. Okay, cool. We're going to end with this one. Mr. RR, come on down. Hello. Hello, good sir. Yes, sir. Loud and clear. How are you? What you
Very
got
good.
for us?
Good.
Good to hear from you.
I'm good. I'm happy. But first of all, I want to say, guys, what we are doing, it's amazing. But everything that is amazing takes time. For everybody who is new in EverGrow, everything is a process. I just want to say that. Everything is a process. You have to go through pain in order to have money in this life. I've been in network marketing since 2017. I have built organizations from like 30,000 people in networking. And I can tell you that as soon as we promote to everybody in the world, not just with Yahoo or Bloomberg articles, because those are like good promotions, but in reality, what we need in order to grow in EverGrow, we need more videos, more YouTubers. And I think most of the YouTubers out there, they are promoting right now Shiba, they are promoting all those coins, but all those coins like Shiba, they went through pain too. I mean, we are about to release the platform, another OnlyFans, and as soon as we release that, we are going to explode in price because everybody is going to start using that platform. So the time for you to accumulate coins, it's now, guys, because let me tell you something. it is whales that are leaving the project, but it's also whales that are waiting for the right moment to just buy the price and pump this coin. And unfortunately, a lot of the people who are part of projects like this, they are chasing green candles. So if you are waiting to see that the coin is going up before you even buy, you are not a leader, you are a follower. You have to become a leader and you have to actually make decisions when everybody else is not making decisions. That's how you make money in cryptocurrencies. You have to believe when nobody else, because when everybody believes, only few people make money. And who make money? The people who believe when nobody else did. And I can tell you that because I joined EverGrow when we only had 7,000 people. And today we have 108,000 people, something like that, right?
That's right.
So,
Yeah, I think. Go ahead. I think also, just piggyback on what you said. I agree with a lot of what you said, but also, we also have to understand, we're not in everyone's personal life or family life, and we all don't. Everyone doesn't know each person's situation. Some person might need to sell. Some person might need, can't put as much money in. Can't do this, can't do that. So everyone's got to make their own decision.
of course.
What's best for
What
them
what I'm
and their
saying,
family.
what I'm trying to tell people is like, don't wait to chase the candle, the green candle, because then it's going to be too late. I mean, everybody needs to sell. I mean, I sell some of my coins, but I keep 90% of my coins. When I joined, it was 7,000 people. I put good money, and right now just making rewards. But let me tell you something. Not a lot of people knows that we get paid in BUSD. I can almost guarantee you that because we have not promoted that way. But as soon as we promote with different YouTubers, the YouTubers who has 1 million people, 2 million people as followers, this coin is going to explode because people follow a lot of YouTubers. And that's reality. They follow more YouTubers than actual financial companies because they don't believe in financial companies. They follow YouTubers. So we need to. I know we want to have all the utilities ready before we start marketing, but at the same time, you want to market when we are only 1 week away because that creates a big expectation about the price. And that helps for people to start looking at EverGrow. So my comment is that we're going to be okay if we all work together and start sharing with everybody we know each other. You know what I mean? I only want to say that, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, no, appreciate you coming up. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Always good to hear from you, my friend. Always great stuff from everybody. I want to just say something from what he said. Follow the YouTubers. We've got a lot of wonderful YouTubers that make content about EGC. They're right here every time. Follow them, subscribe to them. People like Hey John, people like Crypto Newbie, Crypto Dreams, people like the amazing LSP TV, and any other ones that I may have missed. Apologies. Hit me up. Drop your name if I missed you. We'll help promote you. Follow and subscribe to them. It's a great space, guys. We enjoyed it. We try to do these as often as we can, once a week in between AMAs or once every other week in between AMAs. But on that note, I'm going to repeat Mr. RR here and just believe. Just believe. Everybody be good to each other. Y'all have a good night, okay?
Good night, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Peace out.
Rabbit's gonna have
Which one? The last one? So that was Lord Black. He's on a lot of them. The co-host. That's who was doing a lot of the closeout there, recognizing the crypto universe. But I can't remember the name of the person right before him that was talking. But I liked all what both of them said. So it was good content. So did everybody hear what they were hoping to hear tonight? Now, granted, this isn't the team, so all they can do is answer questions on behalf of the team based off of their interactions with the team. And I know they do. They have regular interactions with Sam and the team, so they definitely have a better sense for everything that's going on with EverGrow Coin and what the team plans on doing. So these are always good events, in my opinion. They always reiterate a lot of the same things that Sam and the team, and sometimes you get a good sense for what's coming from these. Not necessarily that they can spill the beans on stuff, but they can help assure us on what's coming or what they're hearing, and you can kind of get a gauge on the information that's coming forward. So that's why I like these events, and hopefully you all do too. So, and a lot of times they do answer the questions that the community has. The website's a great one. I completely agree. I can't count how many times I've talked about websites when I've talked through different tokens I've reviewed on this channel. So it is the most important thing, and it's often the thing that gets forgotten about. So I completely agree with you. And Sam got beat up pretty good. I want to say 2, maybe even 3 times on the last AMA about the website, because you're right. That is important, and I think he acknowledges it. They've been putting all their energy into the redesign of the website, and I can understand why. They're coming up with a whole new website interface and product, so they want to get that one perfect, because there's even issues on the current website that they haven't fixed yet. And Sam acknowledged, hey, yeah, we got these issues we haven't fixed. I think everybody was expecting we would have had that new website already. So hopefully, maybe even this weekend, we'll see that, because it sounded like it was really close to launching. But no guarantees. He hasn't said anything. I haven't heard anything one way or the other. My prediction would be that they try to launch the website around the same time as Crater, because Crater is going to have its own website as well. So I could see them doing that. And it sounds like, according to what Crypto Rabbit and I think she was the one that mentioned it, it sounds like their goal is to get at least one of the utilities out by the end of this month. So, and Crater and NFT Marketplace have both been the 2 primaries they've been talking about. So, and with Crater was initially the first one to try to get launched through. So I think we'll probably see Crater by the end of the month. And then along with that, maybe we'll see the revised website, because you kind of have to do the revision to the website if you're going to actually launch the utility. So that's where I kind of see those two kind of coming hand in hand, is those 2 launches at the same time. But any other questions maybe I can try to help answer, or at least bring it back on a content update. And as always, leave comments on these if something pops up afterwards. Hey, ask about this or ask about that, and I'll try to ask those questions. I agree. I think the next AMA I'll ask about the website, and then I'll reiterate the idea of putting links to the YouTube channels on there. It comes, and this is what I was concerned about. It's kind of a self-serving question, because I'm a YouTube channeler asking about, hey, could you put the links to the YouTube channel? And I actually think that they probably wouldn't want to put my channel or some of the other channels. Crypto Dreams really has the best channel for putting on the website, because it's dedicated to the EverGrow coin. I don't think he's covered anything other than EverGrow coin on that website, so that's probably their best option. And I haven't looked through all of the video content for the others. I suspect they've got other content just because of the number of subscribers they've got. So I think they've been covering other projects and other things, kind of like what I do, covering more things than just one dedicated project. And there's a liability aspect to putting one of our channels on there, because it's almost like a tacit endorsement of the other projects we cover on there. So I don't think that Sam and the team would want to link ours on there. They might want to put a specific video. So for example, if they liked, and I think a couple of us have how to buy videos, but if they liked one of ours, like John's how to buy video, or my buy video, and I think even Crypto Dreams has one, but if they liked one a little bit better because it did a little bit better job of doing X, Y, or Z, they could probably put a link for that specific video. But there's a problem with putting ours on there, just because we're talking about other projects, and that could be seen as endorsing those other projects, and they want to be careful with that, especially since some of the stuff we cover, especially some of the there's a couple that I've covered on this channel that people would ask me to take a look at. I'm not 100% sure that they're going to have a long future ahead of them, but I always hope. But there's a lot of issues with a couple of them. So And I do plan on going on Crater, Rick. So that it's my plan as well. And I'd like to be one of their beta testers. So hopefully they'll reach out when they start testing it, because I'd love to get on there and actually test it and see where the issues are. And I've got tons of issues with how YouTube does certain things. So I'm hoping that they've revised some of that. I've never used OnlyFans, so I don't know the difference between the two. But the software is generally the same for what works with it. But I had been considering about changing out the software a little bit, just because there's some glitches with some of the software as well. And I'm using the freeware, so I kind of expect that. I haven't paid the hundreds of dollars for the professional stuff yet. I'm trying to get the channel to grow a little bit where the channel pays for some of that stuff. But I do plan on setting up Creator. Again, I don't know enough about it, so I don't plan on doing paid channels. I know they have. I can't. I'm drawing a blank on what the equivalent for YouTube is. They've got it. I've seen a whole bunch of YouTubers that have these other things where they get paid subscriptions. I'm not sure that that's something I'm interested in doing. I like doing the content and I like sharing the information with you all. I'm not necessarily. I mean, don't get me wrong. Money's great and all, but I don't know that I want having subscription services. So I probably do the same thing as I do on YouTube and do the donation approach. And I think you can do that on Creator. So that's my hope. But if I have to, I'll set it up as a paid, but that's not my preference. I would prefer to just do what I'm doing on YouTube, but over there, and bring you all over to Creator and see the interface there. But that's kind of my plan. I don't know what everybody else's plans are for that, but that's kind of mine. I don't know that I necessarily see a need for subscription stuff. I'd prefer, if you like the content, then you leave a donation. But again, no requirement for any of that stuff. So I just like doing the content. And YouTube, even though they take a crap load of money out of what we get, eventually once I get the subscribers and views and all that kind of stuff, I'll get paid by YouTube eventually. So I'm happy with YouTube paying, the salary for all this stuff. And I get to do what I like doing, which is talk about crypto and hopefully make us all a lot of money. That would be ideal. So maybe down the road we all meet on a beach and everybody that made money because they invested off of stuff they saw on this channel, and we drink Mai Tais on a beach, because that's kind of my dream of retirement, is drinking out of a coconut and eating food in some beach someplace. So sounds like a fun retirement, as long as I don't get burnt to a crisp. But that's kind of the plan. As soon as they launch Creator, then I'm going to try to set up a channel over there. And I'll have to figure out exactly how that works between YouTube and Creator. My guess is I'll just do content on both for a while, and then I'll reference the two. Maybe I'll do it that way. But that is kind of the plan for it. And we'll see how it plays out. Once I get into the system, I'll have a better idea of how it's going to work. And as soon as I'm allowed, if I do some like beta testing or whatever, if I have to do NDA, as soon as I'm allowed to talk about it, then I'll talk about it on the channel to let you all know. So, but if there aren't any other questions, that's kind of all I had for tonight. And again, leave comments on the videos, and I do review those and try to get back to you, and I'll bring any kind of questions to the team as well. So. Otherwise, I'm on Discord periodically. I haven't been on all of them, but I try to get into Discord at least once a day for all the channels. At least take a look, and I like to sit in the question section and answer questions for people. But a lot of people haven't been asking questions in the EverGrow section, so I think a lot of our current Discord people kind of know how everything works and don't have a lot of questions for stuff. So. But I used to spend a lot of time in there trying to answer people's questions and just give them a hand, because there's a lot of people that just don't know how to buy in New York or buy in Texas, or they just don't know how to buy in general. So I was trying to help people out as much as I could to understand the process. So, or why they're not able to see it in their wallet, all the common issues that people have when they're first getting into crypto. Because the vast majority of people that get on my particular channel are people that have never been in crypto. So, and that's good. I'm trying to get the information out there. I read an article the other day that said 5% of people use crypto right now. So that's 95% of people that are potential investors into EverGrow coin and the rest of the crypto market. So So I've got the HODL Vault opened up on my screen, and I've kind of browsed it, but I haven't gotten too deep into it yet. But I do plan on doing content on that, and I've got a couple other ones that people have been asking about. I've got 3 or 4 of them opened up. And I've even started the fundamental analysis sheet for a couple of them, and HODL Vault's one of them. I think I've got another one that's pretty much done. I just got to actually produce the content for it. BUSD X, I think, was another one that somebody asked me about. So I've got that one pretty much done as well. I just need to actually sit down and record it. So for some of these, they're fairly new projects, and it's really hard to do a fundamental analysis on new projects because it's not necessarily fair to the project, even though it's better to invest when it's early. So they don't always do very well in the fundamental analysis. I actually got a comment on that for, I think it was Affinity, and they're right, and I understand where they're coming from. But you want to know about the project as soon as possible. So if you want to invest in it, you get a lower price point. But I haven't really looked into mobile trades. I'm all for doing collaborative events. I've actually had a couple people reach out to me from other countries to do to work with them, and actually some of them have some pretty good sized YouTube channels that I'm looking at. But usually they include, hey, what's your price for this or this, and I haven't decided if I want to do that kind of stuff on this channel. I've been trying to stay away from partnerships and paid promotions and that kind of stuff. I'm just not sure that that's where I want to go with this. I kind of like I said, it's, once I start taking money from people, then am I going to have the same unbiased view? And I want to provide you guys that unbiased view as much as I can. So I haven't quite decided, and I actually got reached out from an exchange to take a look at their exchange as well, but I haven't really looked at exchanges other than how to use them to use finance or how to buy stuff cheaper. So there's a couple of things that people have asked me to take a look at that I'm just not sure if I'm interested in going that route. But I do like Chris at Mobile Trade, so I mean, I'll definitely take a look at that. And then there was so some of the future content, since y'all are still here listening to me talk about it. We're getting ready to go into tax season in the U.S., so I'm gonna start digging into a couple of the different crypto tracking softwares that are out there. I did a video on it a long time ago when I first started up this channel as part of the Crypto 101 series. I'm thinking I'm gonna break that down because I basically went into a couple different platforms. I'm gonna actually go into 2 out of the 3 and do some content on how to use them. And those are some things that I've been kind of bouncing around doing. And I actually reached out to a couple of them to ask for more information because I have problems using some of the both of them. I've had plenty of problems using over the months, and one of them I finally had to build like a checklist of how to manually import my and build everything in there because I kept having all of these conflict error issues, and it was kind of a mess. It wasn't necessarily intuitive, which got me to thinking that if I'm having these problems, then there's probably other people that probably don't even know they should track it or are having the same problems and have given up on trying to figure it out. So I think I'm going to cover those, and then I'll also talk about how to do the automatic updates and how to import from the wallets as well, because most of them don't work with Trust Wallet, which presents a challenge. Now, for me personally, I just do everything manually, just because even with the automatic pull-in where you just link it to the BSC scan or the Ether scan, you end up with a whole bunch of stuff that you have to clean up anyway. But I was talking with somebody that had never done anything for crypto tracking, and after talking with me, and this is somebody I know around here that I talk about crypto whether it's on YouTube or in personal life, so I'm constantly talking about crypto. But and he had never done any tracking, and when he finally linked up and he did the auto import, he was shocked at the capital gains taxes because he was doing quick swaps between cryptos, and which it's great because you get a whole bunch of money when it's up, but then you also owe ridiculous capital gains on it as well. Again, not financial advice. I'm just saying this is the reality of U.S. tax structure. Is you're going to pay high capital gains if you sell under a year in, on any of your crypto assets. So definitely want to understand how that stuff works early on, and that's one of the reasons why I constantly push, hodl, because if you believe in the fundamentals, nothing changed, you're going to lose potentially 35% of whatever gains you had to taxes, and nobody wants that. So here's a different way to look at it, Andrew. Let's say you make it big. Let's say EverGrow coin is huge, and all of a sudden you're spending money in the millions because EverGrow skyrocketed and you sold out and you've now got $10 million in your account. I think the government got a lot more interested in how you got that money, and they're more likely to look back on your entire history because it's an open ledger. It's not that difficult for them to figure it out. And if that were to happen, and how many years go by in the process of getting there, you could potentially lose all of your gains just on the fines and the fees that you would pay, assuming you don't end up in jail. And it's not worth that risk, in my opinion. It's better just to do things the right way. And that's the way I look at it, because I really don't want to go to prison, and I really don't want to have to give the government any more money than they absolutely need to have, because they're just going to blow it anyway. So I'd rather not have to pay the high capital gains by selling early, and I definitely don't want to pay fees for not reporting stuff correctly. And I'm not going to say that you can report everything correctly and perfectly every single time, because how do you report? And BUSD is a little bit easier for this token, but let's say you're buying SafeMoon. Well, you get instantaneous reflections nonstop. Well, how do you report that? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. So I do a snapshot every month and say, okay, on the first of the month, this is how many reflections I got. And I put it into the tracker, which records the price at that given moment. But it necessarily doesn't account for all of the swings up and down over the course of the month when I was getting those reflections. So there's no good way to track that right now. There might be eventually some software out there. And this is one of the things I proposed to the SafeMoon team is, hey, build that. Because if you build that and you make it to the point where it can track all of your cryptos and all the reflections you're getting in a continuous mode on the blockchain, that's awesome. And that's something people would be willing to pay for, because that's a challenge right now. There's no good software for doing that. And I reached out to the teams for the coin tracking softwares and said, hey, this is an issue across the board. How do you guys resolve this as well? And they're looking into it. Because again, rewards is a relatively new thing. That really just started in 2020, or at least it really became mainstream in 2020 or 2021, earlier this year. So that's fairly new. But that's really the issue, Andrew, is what if you do make it big? What if you finally hit that investment where you're an $8 million richer the next morning when you wake up? I got a kick out of waking up with billions of dollars in my wallet when there was that coin market cap issue. Imagine that you really wake up and you've got millions of dollars in your wallet because it went up 60,000% over the course of the night. Because stuff like that happens. That's the thing that I'm worried about. And that's the hope that I have, is that someday I'm going to wake up and all of a sudden I see a whole bunch of zeros in my wallet and I've been doing everything correctly, so I don't have to worry about it. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Because you could potentially, I'll use the example of Saitama. I know some folks that invested in Saitama when it was $800 for a trillion. Well, a trillion got up to over 100 grand, and they sold. Well, they just lost 35% potentially to capital gains. Ouch. Now, granted, they're still up significantly, but it's potentially they might not have, it could have washed out where they ended up losing money because of the capital gain stuff. Right. Yeah, definitely. And actually that happened to a couple tokens. It wasn't just EverGrow going. I had a couple of different tokens that in my Trust Wallet that had that issue. So, but that's kind of the way that I look at it for the tracking portion. Plus, and I have to go back and verify, because there was a loophole when you sell low, so when the price drops. Now it doesn't work for these tokens because of the high sale price, But when you sell low for things that don't have those taxes, you get the benefit of having sold low when it's low like that. So it's a loss. So you record a loss. That way, when you have to sell and you have a gain, it offsets. But I try to record all that stuff too. And I was for quite a while there selling low just so I could rebuy in, record the loss, and then I'll have the profit later on. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had for tonight. It's been great talking with everybody, and I hope the content. I got to go back and review everything as well, because there's a couple pieces that I missed things where I was writing stuff in here, or especially in the beginning when I was trying to figure out how to let her know that, hey, you didn't post the link didn't post correctly. So I was trying to figure out how to send her a message and let her know so she could share it, and then I just finally figured out how to share it on my phone. So apologize for the weird audio in the beginning. We were obviously having some weird Twitter Space issues because I've never seen it not post the link when it went live. So, but that's it for tonight, and I'll be covering the AMA. If I believe we're on a week where they have an AMA, so I'll be covering that this weekend as well, if that's the case. And then any other projects that I cover, I'll try to cover their AMAs as well. And I'm probably going to avoid. I've actually got a newer, not newer, but a different computer set up off on the side here. If I have to do two AMAs at the same time, and it's two projects that you track with me, hopefully that will work. It didn't work very well for Lunar Token last time, or Lunar DeFi, but I'm hoping that this all-in-one computer that belongs to my daughter will work just fine. So that's kind of my plan for when two AMAs happen at the same time. And even though they weren't necessarily at the same time, Lunar DeFi was an hour earlier, and they ended up both getting done at the exact same time. But that's kind of my plan for that situation. And hopefully we won't have any of the weird audio buffering issues. So, all right, y'all have a good night. And again, I'll see y'all probably on Sunday at the AMA. Take care.